So EV production is set to grow according to a recent ABB survey, and this is despite doubts on meeting full EV deadlines, which some manufacturers have of course set themselves. But of course at the same time, a lot of manufacturers are now going back on these goals, saying for example they want to go fully electric by 2035 and actually say no, we can't do that, we're not going to set ourselves that goal. And a lot of them as well have not yet set a new goal for this target either. And this all comes amongst, ZEV mandates and regulations and stuff like that a lot of countries have, in particular of course the UK. So let's have a look what's been said by this survey, guys. Full article on themotoringchronicle.com as always. ABB Robotics' third automotive manufacturing outlook survey, in partnership with the leading global industry publication Automotive Manufacturing Solutions, has provided key insights into how automotive manufacturing leaders and key suppliers view EV production objectives. This year's survey found that overall automotive manufacturing professionals are optimistic about EV production growth in 2025, but they are unsure about reaching 100% electric vehicle production timetables due to factors now often beyond the factory environment, said Jorg, I'm going to go with Jorg there, managing director of ABB Automotive Business Line. There's strong evidence that EV manufacturing capabilities are now considerably improved, and significant change has taken place in terms of introducing new production technology as well as upskilling workforces. ABB Robotics has made wide-scale changes to our own robotic and automation portfolio to support our customers and drive this transformation forward at pace. There was a positive outlook from manufacturing leaders on the growth of EV production in 2025, with 31% predicting that EV output would increase by over 10%. A further 44% believed production would grow this year by up to 10%. Meanwhile, only 21% of respondents believe EV production would either remain static at 8% or decline at 13% through 2025. There's a handy graphic there from ABB that kind of summarizes a lot of the changes here that are coming. So it is interesting for sure. I mean, like I said, I am skeptical about a lot of this. The electrification of the road network is coming without a doubt. There is no doubt about that in my opinion. But it's at the pace it's going to happen. It's the scale it's going to happen. And I am very pessimistic about some of these targets that the government is setting and a lot of manufacturers are setting as well. I think it's quite pie in the sky, to be honest. It will happen, but I don't think it's going to happen at the rate that a lot of them are predicting or hoping. Despite the optimistic EV forecast from manufacturing experts, there was a decline in confidence about meeting proposed EV deadlines. When asked whether 100% vehicle electric production was achievable to meet the regional deadlines set between 2030 and 2040, 31% believed this was an impossible target compared to 27% from the previous year and just 18% from 2022. Overall, 65% were skeptical about achieving full EV production within the 2030 to 40 timeframe. Further examination of the downturn in confidence found that the main barriers were now deemed to be outside the factory, with levels of consumer demand and confidence in changing infrastructure highlighted as the reasons for this. The ABB Automotive Manufacturing Outlook survey also indicated that manufacturing experts are predicting strong growth in hybrid powertrains through 2025, with 67% of those surveys believe that plug-in hybrid electric vehicles (EV) production would grow by 20% and 20% forecasting that production would increase by over 10%. Hybrid electric vehicles (HEV) figures were equally optimistic, with 62% of those surveys expected to output a higher amount this year. Hybrid passenger vehicle production remains buoyant, with the global manufacturing community expecting to produce more cars in 2025. These results support the survey's main findings that the overall pace of EV adaptation is currently not fast enough to reach some of the upcoming legislative deadlines for a 100% electric future, said Daniel Harrison, Chief Analyst for Automotive Manufacturing Solutions. Within the manufacturing environment, the production of numerous powertrains across several model lines can create considerable complexity and additional costs, which has been pinpointed in our previous survey's production in partnership with ABB Robotics. That kind of mirrors my thoughts, to be honest. These targets are ambitious. I don't think we're going to reach these targets for the dates that are being set as the deadline. I just don't see it personally. We're making progress. It's getting closer to it, but I personally don't think the rate that we are growing with that is enough. Simple as that. And I've gone over in depth about why that is. There is a lot of skepticism around electric vehicles. The demand is not quite as high for EVs as what was anticipated because of economic downturn. Like I said, a lack of confidence in these cars as well. And that is all despite there being such a massive decrease in the prices of them overall. The amount these vehicles are being subsidized by companies is unsustainable, and it's still not enough. The demand is still not quite there because, frankly, at the end of the day, people don't have enough money. The EVs are not cheap, simple as that. Used electric vehicles are cheaper than their used petrol and diesel equivalents for a number of different reasons, and people who commented on that video were right in what they were saying. The confidence in used batteries is understandably low. It is a relatively new technology, so therefore it doesn't have quite the trust as what what petrol and diesel vehicles have. But hybrids are arguably the best thing to have right now for all kinds of scenarios, because you've got that petrol or diesel engine. I think it's usually petrol for hybrid, isn't it? That'll back up the electric motor once that runs out, which is the best of both worlds, really. You're helping the environment, but you are also not causing that many problems in terms of, even when you have to use the petrol engine, it's not quite as much as what a regular ICE car would have. So those are my kind of thoughts on it, guys. It depends how you look at it at the end of the day. You could see it as being pessimistic, but I think it's just realistic, to be honest, right now. But yeah, let us know your thoughts about this in the comments below, guys. Do you think the government and companies are going to hit their net zero targets, their full electrification kind of targets between 2030 and 2040? I don't see it personally. I think it's going to take longer than that. 2030 is 5 years away. Which is crazy. It doesn't seem right that it's 5 years away, but it is. That's time flying by as always. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always if you want to see some more content on the world of cars just like this. Have a great week ahead. Have a great day. See you very soon.